When your twin powers activate!
So you think you're a 70s freak? Okay, Cheech and Chong, can you dig this?
Good morning, gorgeous.
It's I Love the 70s, and this is 1978. The flicks, the fashions, the fads, the TV, the tunes, the really solid year that gave us these burning questions. Plant or Daltrey? Who'd win the Battle of the Bulge?
What girl did not want to see what was going on inside Plant's pants?
If the price were right, would Barker's Beauties fondle your merchandise?
Bob, he's a big old pimp. Yes.
What the hell was Michael Myers' problem anyway?
Watching his sister comb her hair naked set him off.
Plus, the virtue of 7 years in college.
Toga, 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 toga.
Because you love the 70s. Because you still drive around in a semi with your pet monkey, admit it. This is 1978.
Oh, yeah. Right on. Can you dig it?
I love the 70s.
I love the 70s.
I love the 70s.
I love the Superman movie. I absolutely loved it.
Christopher Reeve, I thought, was great.
It was totally believable, which, prancing around in that outfit, you better be pretty good, man.
Excuse me.
That's a bad outfit.
At what point does Superman say, I look like a fairy?
I like pink very much, Lois.
If you're looking for the finest moment in film acting, you think about Christopher Reeve going, I stand for truth, justice, and the American way.
I'm here to fight for truth and justice in the American way.
How do you deliver that without it seeming stupid? And he does it.
I also, of course, had a huge crush on Margot Kidder.
Of course you do.
I'd say my favorite scene in the first Superman is when Lois Lane dies.
It is like the earthquake and her car goes down into the crack.
I kind of like that they're not going to have a happy ending.
Lois Lane was dead. Remember, he's holding her, and he's just... You're thinking, why is he leaving his girlie there?
He flew up in the air and just wailed around the planet.
And he turns the earth back. The car gets out of the earthquake rubble, and how many times have you ever wanted to have that power?
That is a magical movie. I mean, I think movies should take you away to another place, you know, and Superman definitely does that.
Dr. David Banner, physician, scientist, searching for a way to tap into the hidden strengths that all humans have.
Dr. Banner became the Hulk whenever he gets angry.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Understatement of the year.
Tear the bumper off a bus. And that guy was like terrifying.
I remember loving when he turned to the Hawk.
You had friends like that in your neighborhood too that would get all pissed off and go.
Lou Ferrigno with his prosthetic eyebrows. The only makeup they gave him was his Cro-Magnon brow.
My sister and I used to think he was the hunk. We used to call the show the hunk. We were little, sexy little kids. We loved sex.
I gotta know, how do those purple pants, like, not bust open?
That was like the joke, because people always wondered about that.
The sponsors wouldn't have went for his pants bursting open. I'm sure everything grew, but they just couldn't show it on TV.
Would have been nice if the jeans busted off, too. That would have been kind of sexy.
His girlfriend loved that. The bigger the better. Hey, hey, hey!
It's not easy being green.
He had such a soft side, you know? And you felt bad for the guy because he could never talk either. Hulk sad.
Dweep, dweep. The Hulk was like Jesus.
I'm green, and it'll do fine.
His message, even though he's a big green guy pissed off, affected by gamma rays, was a message of nonviolence.
I love 78.
Here in this great hall of justice are the most powerful forces of good ever assembled.
Super Friends was Superman,
Batman, and Robin,
Wonder Woman, and there might have been somebody else. I don't remember. Aquaman!
And the Wonder Twins, Sand and Jaina, with their space monkey, Bleak.
Wonder Twin powers.
Activate! Form of a milk dud.
Shape of a serpent.
The girl would form of some sort of an animal.
Form of an ice giant.
And brother turned into some form of water.
I feel like the ability to transform yourself into water objects is about the least useful superpower you could possibly have.
You're flooding the city, Wonder Brother, and I can't swim.
No, not the glass of water.
Wonder Twin powers, deactivate. You're safe now, Jaina.
I'm a superhero purist, and the Wonder Twins thing for me, really, they bum me out.
I don't care about the Wonder Twins. Get them out the picture.
Oh, no. We're finished.
I guess it showed unity. By joining together, you can get stuff accomplished. No, I want to see Batman and Superman save the world.
Giant turkey.
Halloween, that was a scary-ass movie.
At the time, it was the scariest movie I'd ever seen.
It was some guy that was demented, man, going after people on Halloween.
Still, like, the image of that guy will flip me out.
I can't remember what Michael Myers' beef was.
They don't really explain it too good. I guess it's just, watching his sister comb her hair naked set him off.
Jamie Lee Curtis, looking very cute, very brainy. Sassy woman.
Yes, I am. One of my favorites is when the girl with the two blonde ponytails is in bed. She's like, oh, yeah?
See anything you like?
It does seem strange that in most of those horror movies, if you're a teenager and you're having sex, you're gonna die.
They don't know because they can't hear the music. If they could hear the music, they would know. Oh, I love you. Come on, let's try hump. Wait. Do you hear that? You know what? We should probably go.
And are you all right?
She played such a good terrified person.
There was no way I was ever going to babysit. Ever. Ever. No. Ever.
She unbends the hanger and pokes him in the eye with it. Still keeps coming. That doesn't slow me down. I'm Mike Myers.
We look down and see him sprawled out dead, and it's all over. It's terrific. Let's hug, let's kiss, let's have a good time, and then we look down, boom, he's gone.
He's just this force that just kills, and you can't stop him. They should stop him, though, now, because the movies are terrible.
I love 78.
Coming up, who is the next contestant on The Price is Right?
Luis Guzman, come on down.
Plus, is there anyone in Dallas that Debbie didn't do?
For Debbie to try and attempt to conquer that kind of thing is very ambitious.
And Lionel Richie's ode to Big Bone Whip.
She's a black. Keyword. Ow.
Next on I Love 1978. But first...
You got caught making whoopee on your parents' waterbed. Go back 5 spaces.
You're watching I Love the 70s on VH1.
Foxy Ladies of 78.
Eric Estrada here, sending out an APB for the foxiest ladies of 1978. Do you copy? Margot Kidder, Lady Planet Fox. Raquel Welch, a legend of foxitude. Cheryl Teagues, the fox who made Sports Illustrated Foxies. And we're still thanking her. That's a big 10-4 on the foxy ladies of 1978. And yes, they can call me Punch any day.
I love the 70s.
I love the 70s.
Here it comes, television's most exciting hour.
Luis Guzman, come on down.
to me.
$310.
Contestants battle wits to see who has the greater knowledge of how much Ajax cost.
$3.75. $3.80.
89 cents? No. You fool. 99 cents.
Here we go.
Bob, he's a big old pimp.
Oh, I get all sorts of very nice compliments. The actual retail price.
Very attractive man.
Thank you for that nice kiss. Yes.
Bob Barker had the Barker Beauties.
Apparently, he was boning many of the women who were showing the numbers on the screen. No longer is it what's he selling up there. It's like, which one you think is which one is Bob?
You've got a million different games. The Price is Right. They're all brilliant.
You are going to play the bonus game. There is a hidden X.
Lord.
She is right. We have the grocery game.
The wheel. Let's talk about the wheel.
It's an enormous wheel.
There's three of you. You spin it, you try and get close to $1 without going over.
Somebody's going to have a heart attack and die from that wheel.
But you land on that $1, you win $1,000. And then you get to the Showcase Showdown, which is like the holy grail of game shows.
Here's the first showcase.
Usually there'd be a great one.
A trip to Hawaii.
And then there'd be a really crappy one. Like a rug and a bad dining room table with plates that were really ugly.
Nobody wants that.
So then you bid on it. $2,500. Whoever got closest without going over wins it.
I think that the prizes on The Price is Right are really outstanding.
I was disappointed sometimes when they really had crappy showcases. Like, oh my goodness, just give me a check.
8-track classic.
Ow, she's a brat. Keyword. Ow. She's my dad.
Just letting it all hang
out. She's a brat.
I love that song, but I had no idea what they were talking about.
You got big, fine legs, big, nice thighs, nice round butt just for days.
House.
She's got a nice ass. You know, big old just waving them in your face.
How can you not find that offensive?
That was a very empowering song. That was really great.
Rick House is not necessarily saying like, yeah, we love women who are bigger. It's just commenting on the fact that she's big.
To this day, I think it probably colored the way I see women, and I like my women like booming. I like boom, boom, boom.
I know women who weigh 700 pounds, 600 pounds, and over around there. I'm a big house. No, you're a building.
This record came out, and my grandmother did not go to church for a month. This song just upset the entire family, but took over the world.
I love 78.
Okay, America, show us your underalls.
They were like the mother of all granny pants.
It was pre-thong.
I never wore them. Underalls came along to eliminate the sort of really extreme panty lines.
I remember seeing the commercials with this two little perfect butts.
It was like a little ass that would go ping, ping.
I could just see them right now. Their brainstorming session with the ad people. You know what? I got it. Here, here we go. I'm not wearing any panties.
They make me look like I'm not wearing nothing.
Yeah, woo! Who's got the beer bomb?
Debbie Does Dallas did very, very well. One of the most successful adult films ever made.
It's an inspired title. Debbie Does Dallas. Says it all.
That's what gets you in the gate. She's going to do Dallas.
Probably a lot of people live there, and for Debbie to try and attempt to conquer that kind of thing is very ambitious.
Debbie, I'm so proud of you. When are you leaving?
The plot to Debbie Does Dallas.
My memory fails me now. It was just...
It's all about her and her cheerleading friends trying to get to the Dallas Cowboy cheerleading tryouts in Dallas.
Debbie, what are you going to do? Raise some money for that.
I just want to touch them a little bit. Just touch them a little bit.
And they do it by sexual favors with the men in the town.
Listen, girls, there's money to be had. Fast money.
Here's the storyline. Debbie and all of her friends are whores, and they sleep with everybody.
Exactly. And now I think we should get down to business.
I've remember there was something off about Debbie. She had like a crazy eye or something, looking a little bit that wrong direction.
Debbie is Robin Bird, right? No. So who's Robin Bird in it?
My name was Mrs. Hardwick.
Mrs. Hardwick, what are you doing?
They didn't really care whether you could read lines or not, which I could.
Roberta, it's quite all right. Let's sit and talk for a minute.
It was more or less whether or not you enjoyed sex.
Mr. Greenfield.
Ultimately, she makes the money. She's able to go because she sleeps with the guy who owns the sporting goods store.
Mr. Greenfield.
Debbie. The movie doesn't take place in Dallas. She doesn't do Dallas. Debbie doesn't do Dallas. Debbie never did Dallas, which is disappointing, story-wise.
Newsbreak. Good evening. A beautiful, normal girl. That's how doctors describe the 5-pound, 12-ounce baby born to Leslie Brown.
They're gonna replace women with test tubes.
Louise Brown was the first test tube baby. Her dad made love to a test tube, and that's how she was conceived.
Baby. When she was born, it was a big news thing.
It is the first known baby conceived outside its mother's womb.
Where did you come from, baby?
I don't think it'd be that embarrassing to be the first test tube baby.
It says more about the size of her dad's wiener than it does about anything else.
If you're conceived in a martini shaker, that would be a little depressing.
No baby could actually remain inside of the test tube. It simply wouldn't fit. So there'd be a point at which the test tube would have to shatter.
That's got to be a nice thing. I mean, you could pretty much blame everything on that for the rest of your life. What you want from me? I was the first test tube baby!
Well, you can tell by the way I use my hop. I'm a woman's man. No time to stop.
I love the Bee Gees. They sang about real issues, like staying alive.
If you had to name 5 things that made you think of the 70s, it's one of those 5 would be that record.
Music loud and him and war. I've been kicked around since I was born.
The Bee Gees were very hairy. It was all very sort of back to nature, Walden-like, Grizzly Adams, if you will.
What girl didn't want Barry Gibb? Please. When all the girls then had a crush on him, I went the other route. I went with either Robin or Morris.
The Bee Gees liberated all of us who wanted to sing in our falsetto.
In fact, I even have the range for it. Watch this. It's just not a frog thing.
The falsetto that the Bee Gees had, I think, was probably unmatched for its time.
My favorite Bee Gees song is How Deep Is Your Love? Is your love, how deep is your love? I really need to know. I don't have a very good falsetto.
How Deep Is Your Love is one of the most underrated slow jams in the 70s, and maybe of all time.
How deep is your love? Is your love?
I love Macho Men of 78.
When you're 10, you know a thing or two about men.
Macho, baby!
Bo Derek here with the Macho Men of 1978. Andy Gibb, the youngest brother, Macho Man. Bjorn Borg, headband wearing Macho Man. And Mick Jagger, never be your beast of burden, Macho Man.
Macho Man! I love the 70s! I love the 70s!
Denny, is this the end?
Of course not. It's only the beginning.
I've seen Grease probably more times than necessary.
Grease touches that perpetual teenager in every age.
What'd I do?
John Travolta meets Olivia Newton-John in the summertime.
The uptight Australian girl and the tough on the outside, but really soft on the inside, greaser guy.
Turns out she transfers to a school. And basically he was like, yo, girl, that was a summer thing.
What happened to the Danny Zuko I met at the beach?
What happened to the Danny Zuko I used to know?
Try the Yellow Pages, I don't know.
Try the Yellow Pages or something. Classic.
The scene where they had the girls' pajama party. That's a good scene.
God, that is the ugliest looking thing I ever saw. Yeah, the guys really go for it.
I had broken my nose, and only one side was working. That's why the smoke only went up on one side.
And that's how I got my nickname, Frenchie.
Sure it is.
I
I loved Stalker Channing.
What's up, Kinnick?
Guess.
Kaneki is a rawer, tougher Danny.
Eat me.
Who was the bad guy?
The guy with the acne. He had the blades on his rims of his car. Man, scared me to death.
My favorite moment was when Sandy is watching the car races and Frenchie runs up to her and she's like,
Aren't you happy? No, not really, Frenchie, but I think I know where I could be. Would you help me?
she's got to become a whore.
Sandy? Tell me about it, Steph.
Like a cheese, they're multiplying.
There's something about it that is about heart and about feeling good and being a little bad.
Sally.
If you ever wondered,
Oh, I loved WKRP.
wondered whatever became of me.
Still one of my favorite shows to watch.
I'm living on the air in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, WKRP.
WKRP was about a radio station and the different DJs and the boss, who was a bumbling idiot.
Don't touch those.
And this sexy secretary played by Lonnie Anderson.
Oh, God, everything about her was hot. Her breasts leaped to mind.
She sort of had a Donald Trump comb over in the front.
I think the men all kind of knew, hey, we're not good enough for Lonnie Anderson.
You got anything for me?
Only the male herd. That's all I'll ever have for you.
Who's the other woman?
Jennifer, we'll buy you lunch.
Bailey was beautiful, too, but she was always in the shadow of Lonnie Anderson.
Oh, don't give me that crap.
Are you Lonnie Anderson, or are you Bailey?
No, I was so Bailey.
Yeah, me too.
Dr. Johnny Fever.
All right, Dr. Fever, you are presently sober.
You say so?
He was a burnt-out, drugged-out guy, and he would spin the records, and he'd be hungover half the time.
Hey, white folks! Venus Flytrap was his brother, who was so cool.
Les Nessman was the newsman.
Thursday is Thanksgiving again.
He was really kind of inept.
The turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement.
Turkeys Away was everybody's favorite episode. Everyone quotes this one line to me.
God is my witness. I thought turkeys could fly.
No truer representation of a radio station has ever been made.
Thank you very much.
8-track classic.
Do you think I'm sexy?
All the time.
You have to constantly ask that. It's not only unsexy, it's also very irritating.
Rod, if you're watching this, yes, we all think you're sexy.
And I always wanted to ask him about the semen in the stomach rumor, but I thought it might not be appropriate dinner talk, so...
Rod Stewart had his stomach pumped after a concert because he'd all the roadies in his band.
I don't believe that about Rod Stewart for 2 seconds. Rod, I'm on your side, but I'm here to protect you.
I don't know how these rumors get started.
It was one of those ridiculous, gerbil type rumors that people love to start in this industry, and of course it's not true. Ridiculous story.
Far out.
BJ and the Bear. It was Greg Evigan and a monkey. How could I forget BJ and the Bear?
I just remember the chimpanzee blowing the horn on the truck, in the beginning. BJ and the Bear, the trucker and his bear, the monkey.
What kind of guy would name a monkey Bear?
Hey, it's not that kind of bear. It's named after Bear Bryant, head football coach at the University of Alabama.
We're going to flip your expectation. Bear is a monkey who rides in the truck. This is a whole new take on the trucker monkey genre.
It gives me the creeps hearing the words BJ and the Bear. What do you think BJ meant? Right.
Don't you ever get lonely on the road all alone?
No. I got Bear.
I think a typical show premise was that BJ had to go somewhere, let's get the bear, and then Sheriff Lobo was going to be in the mix.
It's kind of a fighting thing where they kind of save the day and beat the bad guys.
Is Greg Evigan the cutest fella?
Hey, BJ, we love you.
Eat your heart out there.
A monkey. He's good, too.
Simian sidekicks were very hot in the 70s.
You know, you used to see people walking down the street with a chimp dressed up. You know, really.
Monkeys make the best sidekick. They're fun. They look cute in overalls. They throw their own feces.
All they need are a couple of bananas, and then they want to go someplace and whack off.
Who else would you rather spend 12 to 14 hours a day in a truck with?
I love 78.
Citizens Band Radio.
2315. This is KRK 4227.
Today it is one of our most effective communications tools for helping motorists in need.
Cell phones pshaw. Carry one of these around. It only weighs about 30 pounds.
Breaker, breaker, breaker. We got a 10-4, good buddy. Got your ears on?
I got WT and WW out bikini state. Going to the gateway.
This is Big Mama coming in at you, coming in.
Say you wanted to alert somebody to a hot girl in a Ford Pinto driving down I-95. The best way to communicate this would be to say, breaker, breaker.
Break 9.
I got an eager beaver in a Ford Beam on I-95.
It was good, clean, wholesome fun until, you started saying things you shouldn't be saying, and then the truckers would say, I know where you are, I won't come get you.
Urgent messages have to get out.
This is Near Monitor KWG 7731. May I help you?
I mounted an 8-foot whip antenna outside my bedroom window, and I was a moron. I spoke to other morons.
Lean on me. This is Near Monitor KWZ 3134. Clear and monitoring.
How lonely is your life if you got a CB radio at home and you're talking to other CB radios?
I hear you have a perfectly marvelous recipe for an unfattening pie.
I sure have, Marge.
This was America talking to itself.
10-4, 2315.
And what it heard was the voice of the people.
Somebody to lean on.
You did?
Hey, you want to get high, man?
Just let that sucker up, man. Go to the moon.
Up in smoke.
That was one of the greatest movies of all time.
That one, Chi-Chan-Chang.
Hey, what was that man?
You just did the most acid I've ever seen anybody eat in my life. I hope you're not busy for about a month.
I'm gonna die, man.
I understood my purpose in life watching that movie.
The plot was they had a rock band, and they were trying to rehearse and enter a rock contest, and they had to get high a lot.
Cheech was smoking like a big spliff.
It was like this big, and it was like a dog poop.
Yeah, my dog ate my stash, man. So I had to follow him around a little baggie for 3 days before I got it back. Really blew the dog's mind.
People always ask, you're really stoned all the time, and when you're making them. Not at all.
That's some heavy shit, man.
Because it's so hard to do. Man. You get tired, your concentration wavers, and man, we were just on the job all the time.
Remember the van that was made out of pot? They just drove around.
The whole van was made of pot? Yeah.
All right, you mind if I have a bite of your hot dog?
And then the last scene where they're playing, the Battle of the Band.
My mama talking to me, trying to tell me how to live. But I don't listen to her because my head is like a sieve.
Somehow they got it together, which was like a message to stoners that it doesn't matter how up you are, you could still do it in the end.
I love 78.
Coming up, The Who or Zeppelin. Let the battle begin.
Way bigger Who fan.
Way bigger Zeppelin fan.
Wow.
And Fantasy Island delivers for everybody, except one very pissed off little person.
How about giving Tattoo his fantasy and adding 4 feet onto his height?
Next on I Love 1978. But first, remember this?
Clean. I mean, really clean. And it holds any set I want.
New beer-enriched shampoo, Body on Tap, gives your hair super body, super hold.
Brewed with 1/3 real beer.
Wow.
But don't drink it. Just shampoo. Whether I roll it, pin it, curl it, or blow it dry. It gives my hair super body, super hold.
And the shine of your life. It's the beer shampoo that does it in 3 bodybuilding formulas.
That's body.
On Tap.
Wonders of 78.
I'm Linda Carter, bringing you the wonders of 1978.
All the world's waiting for you.
Big year for wonders here. Ben & Jerry's ice cream, Reese's Pieces, not to mention Ginsu knives and the Iron Man triathlon, which is really, really hard even if you're Wonder Woman.
I love the 70s. I love the 70s.
I am Mr. Rock, your host.
Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Why did that thing get sucked into the Bermuda Triangle?
Fantasy Island was a show about this gay couple that wore white suits, and one of them was a dwarf.
What's his fantasy, boss?
Whatever fantasy you wanted that you paid for, you got.
Mr. Duncan's fantasy is to stalk a legendary Bengal tiger known as Chompori.
You get killed, you pays your money, you takes your chances, right, Tattoo?
Right, boss?
Smiles, everyone, smile.
Ricardo Montalban was very debonair.
He was clearly magical.
Ho, ho, it's magic.
Tell me, what kind of a charlatan are you, sir?
He was controlling the events on the show while letting the people think that they were indulging in their fantasy.
Hey, Tattoo, you have a smudge of something under your nose.
This is no smudge. I'm growing a mustache.
Hervé Villechard.
I'm a real devil, right, boss?
I was always fascinated with Tattoo.
Without Tattoo, that show was a complete flop.
The plane, the plane.
The plane, the plane.
The plane, the plane.
I was always concerned about Tattoo. Does he have love?
Here, let me wipe that off for you.
Wipe what?
How about giving Tattoo his fantasy and adding 4 feet onto his height?
Fantasy Island was popular because everybody had fantasies.
What is your fantasy?
I want to be a drug dealer who never gets caught. No, it was always, I want to drive a car fast. I want to be, in a band.
He always ruined it. No one ever got their money's worth because they was always trying to teach him a lesson.
He's conquered his past, Tattoo. Now all that remains is his future.
Jack Turkey.
Bigger Who fan?
Bigger Zeppelin fan.
Way bigger Who fan.
Way bigger Zeppelin fan.
Wow.
You can't pick between those two, can you?
I think Led Zeppelin was more about sex and The Who was much more about anger.
I'm trying to weigh out all the people here because I love both bands.
I mean, okay. Daltrey was a Plant.
Robert Plant wore really tight pants and had an enormous singing voice.
What girl did not want to see what was going on inside Plant's pants?
I literally had a poster of Robert Plant, the rocker, over my bed so I could get up each day and bow down before Robert Plant.
I think Daltrey could whip some ass. Who's gonna beat that scream?
Page versus Townsend.
I like the Jimmy Page element. I mean, he had the dark mysteries.
Supposedly he dabbled in mysticism and Satanism.
But I don't buy into that crap. It's all bull.
Pete Townsend is just a very easily pissed off person and is very frustrated by the bullshit of life.
He's also pissed off he can't play lead as well as some of these other guys, so he took it out in another way.
All the people in my high school who were Who fans were jocks. And all the people who liked Led Zeppelin were the pot-smoking, acid-taking, hobbit-reading groove monkeys.
Today, right now, I'd say Zeppelin. I'm in a Zeppelin frame of mind, but I was just going through a big Who phase again where I'm like, my God, the Who are the greatest thing of all time. Depends on the day, the hour.
I love 78.
Oh, God.
Come on.
Oh, that piece of
The fun you can have with this is unmatched.
Simon was sort of a memory reflex game.
Oh, it gives you a pattern. What? What was that?
You seem so bloody annoying.
Come on over on Saturday night and play your Simon Says. Beep, 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 beep.
If I had that in my house, I would be playing it still.
I'm not buying into it. I got things to play. They're called boys.
If you think Simon's fun at the party, wait till you play it alone.
If you play this a lot, you probably don't have a lot of friends. Who's your best friend? Simon. My only friend.
The farther you got into the game, the more complicated it became.
I'm not playing skill level 4.
It just makes you feel dumber than you have to.
Simon, you got me.
Everybody plays the fool sometimes.
Far out.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. He's on down the road.
Don't you carry nothing that might be a load. Black people had to make a ghetto version of the Wizard of Oz.
They're easing on down like the George Washington Bridge or something.
Instead of being from Kansas, we was from Harlem.
Hello.
Nobody home in Soulville.
It was brilliant. The casting, I mean, Nipsey Russell.
Michael Jackson. If I only had a brain. Diana Ross.
How do I get to the Emerald City?
I think Diana was wonderful as Dorothy.
Oh, just follow the yellow brick road.
I think the hair made it work.
Okay, Dorothy and Toto, seems like we're going to have to find our own yellow brick road.
When Michael Jackson was in the Wiz, you didn't get no clues of him bugging out. He danced. He sung.
You can win.
He wasn't bleached. Richard Pryor was the Wiz. So is this Richard Pryor on cocaine? He's like a ghetto wizard, should have been. Everything he said, what he meant, trying to be deceiving.
I'm out! The wizard's out! He's not here!
The Wicked Witch was on a giant toilet and got flushed down the toilet.
Lena Horne was the good witch, and I thought she was awesome.
If you believe.
She was very sultry.
Believe in yourself.
When Quincy Jones and that whole crew got their hands on it, it was incredible.
It's really simple once you break it all down. Wizard of Oz, white. The Wiz, black.
I love 78.
Coming up, the movie that had kids around the country lying their pants off.
Is that what my kids do on the couch? No, Dad. That's just a movie.
The Magic of Animal House. Next on I Love 1978. But first, the follicle fat of 78.
Hi, I'm Isaac Hayes with your follicle fat of 1978. Oh, yeah. The throwback. From Grease to Sha Na Na to Happy Days, the slick-back 50s greaser-do was reborn. Who knows more about hair than me?
Della says the primate of 78 is...
I can't imagine a movie that affected me more than Animal House.
I must have seen that hundreds of times.
Excuse me, sir, is this the Delta House? Sure. Come on in.
Is that what my kids do on the couch? No, Dad. That's just a movie.
There's a bunch of losers who couldn't get into fraternities, so they formed their own kick-ass fraternity.
I think they like the idea, who?
And got into a lot of trouble.
Let me tell you about the friends I know.
Holy!
I don't know what's funny about a bunch of hooligans running around destroying college property. John Belushi, I'm talking to you.
John Belushi played Bluto.
If being a drunken slob college failure wasn't cool already, Belushi made it even cooler.
Thanks. I needed that.
That boy is a P.I.G. pig.
See if you can guess.
But I am now.
And he takes that marshmallow thing, sticks it in his mouth, and just...
I'm a zit. Get it?
Hello. I'm a Ruth Flounder.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
Crazy Flounder.
I like when Niedermeyer is so rabid and vicious.
A pledge pin! on your uniform!
Tim Matheson was the ladies' man.
Mine's bigger than that.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, my cucumber.
The best line of Animal House was, mind if we dance with your dates?
Do you mind if we dance with your dates?
And she puts her tiny little hand in this big, huge mitt. Ah, so good.
They have a kind of bacchanal, Romanesque celebration
It's not gonna be an orgy.
of their own miserable shortcomings as people.
I gave my love a flower, a cherry that had...
Now wait a minute. You know you make me wanna kick my heels up.
That was the start of every toga party that ever came after that in any fraternity across this country. That was the precedent.
Finished at Faber expelled.
Dean Wormer decides to kick them out of school.
7 years of college down the drain.
They've been cut out. They're shutting their chapter down. They're screwed. What's your revenge going to be? Ruin the parade.
May I have 10,000 marbles, please?
They drive the big float where they just break everything.
These characters, not only were they the outcasts, but they were victorious in the end.
They should carve an extra space in Mount Rushmore to put everybody's little head from Animal House up there. That movie was unbelievable.
I love 78.